Hello, my name is Kuznetsov, and today I'll be presenting template and trustometers. Before I begin, I'd like to thank my collaborators at Wikimedia. Since its creation, Wikipedia has become one of the most visited websites for information on the internet and has been compared in quality to Encyclopedia Britannica. Since Wikipedia is free to edit by anyone, it's important that readers understand how trustworthy the content they are consuming is. Some skeptical readers find it hard to believe that good content can be produced from the combined efforts of many, often anonymous editors. On the other hand, some Wikipedia readers are overly optimistic and keep a high opinion of Wikipedia without understanding how it is created. In fact, showing these users the actual process lowers their trust of Wikipedia. Jimmy Wales, a founder of Wikipedia, frames this problem in a lighter analogy. Wikipedia is like a sausage. You might like the taste of it, but you don't necessarily want to see how it's made. This is less than ideal, as we would want users to learn from these signals and maybe even learn to trust content if it's good. Previous researchers have explored different interventions to help readers make trust decisions, such as indicators, but several crucial barriers remain to designing trust indicators to help readers today. We believe these barriers translate into several research questions. There's a lot here, so I'll walk through them. First, anyone designing an indicator for trust would need to pick what information to include in an indicator. They'll want to know which metrics are influential and which users won't care about. Unfortunately, prior work has not directly measured or compared the effect of showing different article quality metrics. It is unclear what metrics should be prioritized. We aim to do so in our work. Second, in order to be effective, an indicator would need to be noticeable by users when it is placed within the article. Any future indicator would need to be created in a way that's compact and stands out. Unfortunately, previous work has involved participants trained to notice the indicator. As a result, it's not clear how to best place compact indicators that would otherwise be missed by users. In our work, we study untrained users to understand how to best integrate compact indicators alongside a Wikipedia page. Lastly, in order for an indicator to be effective across an entire site like Wikipedia, it would need to be influential across many different articles and readers. It's possible that two different Wikipedia readers could interpret the same score on an article very differently. Prior work regarding editor discussions has suggested that users have diverse, often negative reactions to seeing the behind-the-scenes work of Wikipedia. This raises concerns that metrics showing this type of information may not be able to raise user trust. In our work, we investigate and quantify how the effect of an indicator changes across different values, articles, and users. Bringing it all together, this work has three main focuses as we try and understand the space of trust indicators. What signals are most impactful for your trust? What low footprint configuration can be noticeable to users? And ultimately, in experiment 3, we want to also understand how a trust indicator changes perceived trust across indicator values, articles, and users. As previously mentioned, in experiment 1, we set out to find impactful signals of article quality. Experiment 1 consisted of several parts. First, we created positive and negative notices that represented metrics we wanted to test. Second, we sampled Wikipedia articles at different levels of quality and controversy. Lastly, we conducted an empiric study with a user trust prompt. In this slide, I'll briefly go over how the notices were generated. To create our notices, we started by clustering article trust-related information from several sources. Then we took this information, created metrics that represented them, and computed them by hand for the test articles. Next, we designed the notices for these metrics. These were specifically designed to inform readers. Finally, we created a positive and negative version of each. In our result, we found significant negative impacts from many notices, none from the positive notices. Among the negative notices, metrics related to references, neutrality, and incompleteness significantly decrease user trust. Taken as a whole, this suggests the number of metrics we can use in a trust indicator to decrease user trust, but don't surface any metrics that could be used to increase reader trust perceptions. In experiment 1, we found impactful signals by comparing them directly. However, while doing this, we noticed another factor that likely affected user trust: salience. Within Wikipedia, it is well known that notices compete for reader attention. However, from our last experiment, we saw that if we were to shrink these notices down to just the influential information, users would miss the intervention nearly 50% of the time. We need to find configurations that would enable compact indicators to overcome this issue. This directly motivated our second experiment, which I will now describe. First, we created several forms based on an impactful notice from a previous experiment. Next, we placed these indicators on an article. Finally, we measured if users had noticed the intervention. The indicator forms we created and tested can be seen here, categorized by low and high footprint. We created them to test a number of modifications to current way Wikipedia banners are placed, such as doubling the height of the notice, adding a slow blink, or using small icons with the notice as a pop-up. Our results demonstrated the most effective modifications were those involving position and motion. In experiment 2, we discovered several modifications that could help compact indicators stand out. However, while doing so, we noticed that there is a natural variety to how users responded. We also wanted to understand this variety for a granular trust indicator. First, together with our product design collaborators at the Wikimedia Foundation, we created this indicator using existing guidelines on trustworthiness as well as some learnings from our prior experiments. It is above with details in the paper. Next, we tested the effect of different values it could show across different articles. Like the previous experiment, experiment 3 consisted of several parts. First, we created 6 different conditions, one for each value and one without the indicator at all. Then, we gathered a new set of articles at different levels of quality and controversy. Lastly, we used MTech participants and a prompt for change in user trust from prior literature. Our results demonstrate that a trust indicator can both consistently raise and lower article trust in the appropriate direction across pages of different quality and controversy. Our results also show that trust indicators can significantly raise a user perception of Wikipedia overall, even when the readers look at a single article. Since most Wikipedia articles have positive metrics that put them on the green side of the indicator, this suggests that implementing trust indicators across the website would result in a significant lift of Wikipedia platform trust. Finding that trust indicators could lift the trustworthiness of our entire platform was an exciting result, and we decided to dive further in details. Like before, we noticed the reactions were quite varied. This led us to wonder if there was anything specific that caused this divide in opinions. So we looked at multiple factors. This led us to conduct additional regression analysis. Doing so surfaced a significant interaction with talk page experience, leading us to believe that the indicator effect is stronger for users not familiar with how Wikipedia works. More generally, our results regarding trust indicators point to several future considerations. First, we highlight that community feedback is important in determining which indicator value should be shown on what pages. Second, we show new impactful metrics that may require additional process within Wikipedia to reliably compute. Lastly, we see indicators as an opportunity for creating novel editor experiences. In conclusion, our big takeaway is that trust indicators can raise Wikipedia trust. Specifically, they can do so up or down, appropriate to the situation at an article level. They can also be configured to help out, to stand out to readers better. Lastly, we found that trust indicators drop Wikipedia trust significantly more for those without Wikipedia discussion experience. Thank you.